Welcome back to In the Garden. I am joined with Jordan from Grange Co-op, and today we're talking about the types of mulch that you can have in your yard. So Jordan, there is plenty of options here. Where do we start? I know there's organic, not organic. What are we looking at here?
Sure. Now's the time of year that a lot of people are going to be sprucing up their garden. They kind of want to get set for fall and winter, just to leave it from like spring. And bringing in mulch is a great option. Has a couple benefits. For one, it's going to actually retain water loss. If we have a dry winter, that can help. It can help protect roots, especially your shallow stuff that needs protecting from the cooler weather. And it can also just help look your landscape look good. When it comes to bark mulch, or mulches in general, most people are familiar with the bark mulches. So this is going to be shredded bark, usually from the outermost part of the tree. It might be the composted innards that have been aged for a bit. That's probably the most common bark mulch you're going to see. Some people aren't a big fan because it might attract some insects. There's also an increased awareness of fire danger, and we don't want combustible materials near our house.
Right, okay. And so I know we have some other things here that go along with putting down mulch. So can we give a little explanation of what these guys are?
Sure. So a lot of times when you read your DIY articles, they're going to tell you to put a weed barrier down underneath your mulch. I'm of the mindset that that's more applicable for your inorganic materials because those are going to be static. They're not going to break down anymore. They're not going to create a substrate that weeds can grow in. However, the bark will break down over time. And after a while, the weeds can root in that regardless if there's a barrier beneath it or not. So my opinion is to stick to weed barrier with your inorganic materials and make sure you have it down really well, level, staple it in as best you can to get it so it's not going to move anywhere before you put your material on top.
All right, and then all these options are great headed into the fall and winter months, right?
Yeah, it really comes down to personal choice. Any kind of mulch is going to put that blockade over the soil and between the air. And it's going to stop that water transmission. It's going to stop that heat transmission as quick. What you choose to do ultimately comes down to you. People ask me what's the best bark mulch. They all do the same job. It's just what do you like better? Now there is another option that is going to be more for your temporary gardens, maybe your fall flower beds or your veggie gardens, and that's straw. I love straw in my veggie gardens because it's going to do the same job as the mulch does. It's much easier to move when I want to plant something, and it's soft on your feet.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I mean, you have plenty of options here. So is there anything else people should know about when it comes to mulch?
It's a good idea in general. Consider it as part of your yearly practice in your gardens, and I think you'll see an improvement in your landscapes.
All right, awesome. Well, if you guys want to learn more information about the multiple different types of mulch, of course, you can head to a Grange Co-op store and learn from the experts, or of course, you can head to our website at KDRV.com. Thank you so much for joining us in the garden.